On to Nigeria. We are now learning that the death toll from a suspected Islamist attack on a remote village has risen to 106. Many were wounded, including children. Witnesses say Boko Haram gunmen surrounded the Izge village near the border with Cameroon, setting off explosions and burning down dozens of houses. Young children with injuries are receiving medical treatment at the Maiduguri Teaching Hospital. Medical staff say some of them suffered very severe burns. Izge, a predominantly Christian village in Borno State, has been under emergency rule since May 2013 in a bid to stop an Islamist insurgency. But just last week, Boko Haram fighters killed 51 people in an attack on the Konduga area. Well, 3 years after post-election violence killed nearly 1,000 people in the Nigerian city of Kaduna, some families that fled the fighting are still living in makeshift camps. As Heather Murdock reports, local leaders fear that without a fundamental shift in the way Nigeria does politics, violence could erupt in Kaduna during next year's election.
This is SANI. When Nigeria's 2011 elections turned violent, he and thousands of others fled their homes. He now lives in a camp in the northern part of the city.
And all our properties are burned, and all our vehicles are burned, and they kill our people there. Almost getting to 1,000 people are dead on that crisis.
SANI says he would leave this place and rebuild his home if he had the money and if security forces could guarantee the safety of what's left of his family.
I lost my one son in the crisis, and I lost my 5 junior brothers in the crisis.
But religious leaders say unless politics in Nigeria change, elections in cities like Kaduna, where the mostly Muslim north meets the mostly Christian south, will remain dangerous. Pastor YOHANNA BURU says politicians create a sharp divide between Christians and Muslims.
If you bring economical or political or social or whatever issue, marry it with religion, you satisfy the desire, the yearning of a Nigerian, the curiosity of a Nigerian, and you can easily get him and push him to any length.
Buru's colleague, Sani Isa, a Muslim imam, says Nigeria's upcoming 2015 presidential elections are already polarizing.
I'm deeply concerned and I'm afraid. I entertain fears. Why? Because I can see some people, some politicians, and some electorates who are to cast their vote. I can see them starting to bring religion into it.
Officials in Kaduna say they hope to avert a crisis next year by beefing up security and vowing to prosecute anyone guilty of election violence. Civilian security groups say the only way to make Kaduna safe is to increase patrols and share information with the police, stopping crimes before they happen. Retired Navy Captain Abu Umar.
So we gather local intelligent report and we stop the crime at the planning stage before the crime starts.
At the camp, SANI says these measures could work, or violence could be averted, because Kaduna has largely divided itself like the rest of the country, with Christians in the south and Muslims in the north. Of the thousands who moved to this camp in 2011, only a few hundred remain. For families still living here, SANI says, even peaceful elections won't offer much comfort. Heather Murdock for VOA News, Kaduna, Nigeria.